If you've got an F8X car, chances are you like to drive your car hard. Maybe you've increased the power, maybe it's your track rat. Either way, all of those things, I can tell you when you're getting on it in your car, you are inducing a bunch of flex and twist in your rear differential because it only has one rear mounting location tied into the subframe. This single mount system induces premature bushing wear, some as little as 30,000 miles on the early cars that have a hydraulic filled bushing. And that's on a street driven car, not even an abused car. But more than that, this twist and flex is gonna potentially induce wheel hop, hurting your ability to get the power to the ground. To help reduce this flex, we moved to a system that utilizes two rear mounts tied into the subframe. This is a factory diff bracket, and it only has one mount here that goes to the subframe. These two at the bottom go straight to the diff. And here's a KMP bracket, that the two to the diff, but a second mount location over here. Fortunately, this whole thing is kind of straightforward to add onto your car because BMW put an identical bushing hole off to the side on the subframe that allows us to insert the bushing and then bolt it on with these extra components. There are a number of these mounting solutions out there, but if you are really abusing your car, heavy track use, then this KMP offset dual mount solution is really our go-to and is what we chose to put in the GTMore project car. We're staying in with the whole theme of that project, improves upon the GT4 solution that still relies on just one rear mount. There are a few things that help the KMP stand out from the other options, one of which that we think is the biggest is this offset mount system. This thing raises the diff 10 mil. You have these offset bushings that go in the front bracket. You see these are centered. This is offset. It's gonna raise the front of the diff 10 mil, and then this here at the rear bracket is condensed 10 mil to raise the rear, bringing the whole diff up 10 mil. Why does that matter? Well, when you lower a car, and if you are tracking your car or considering this, the chances are you've lowered your car, then you have lowered the diff in essence, and you have changed the axle angle and geometry. Maybe your axles are a little bit extended now. So restoring the axle geometry by lifting the diff is the benefit of this system. Also, these bushings are all solid aluminum. That can be a pro or a con depending on what you're doing. So if this is a daily driver car you're considering this for, you may want to look at a different option because these solid mounts are going to transmit noise, vibration, harshness. You may get some diff whine as you're driving that might be a nuisance for your daily driver. However, it's going to be the most performance keeping that diff solidly mounted, helping get the power to the ground by being solid aluminum. Not only are they solid mounted, but they also have some engineering tricks built into them. They have a full degree of freedom, actually radially, from some little space built into these things, designed and machined in, that allow the subframe to flex and reduce peak forces that are loaded into this thing when you're hammering curbs, really being abusive on track. So that's the KMP offset diff mount system in a nutshell. If you want to get your F8X car hooked up, or any of your other BMWs for that matter, leave a comment, hit us up on live chat, give us a call, shoot us an email, check us out at BimmerWorld.com.